God, well, I don't know if we've done, but for sure we would have forgotten about it. So shout out to my mom. But I'm proud of us. I'm happy for us. I ain't surprised about us. But today is a very special day for us.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna finish the show off with that.
Thanks, I do like it. Check in quickly, guys. Apparently, and I say this while being in Bali, whilst also my flight back to New Zealand has been on the same day. But you know how Simpsons, the show, it's for a long time, it has been predicting things. Now we can be, I don't know how, like obviously we can call it a little bit of silliness. However, things have literally, things have kind of happened. You can definitely kind of say that there's been alignment on a lot of things.
You've landed it enough times. Yeah, it's come true enough times to go, oh, they might know.
This is why I think in my head like a little conspiracy. I feel like the elite, I don't know if they have some kind of like secret kind of mirror they can see into the future, or they're just straight up time traveling. I don't know what's going on. However, someone has just taken it upon their shoulders to remind the internet that Simpsons predicted another kind of world lockdown on April the 7th. And so, that's the day I get home, but we will not believe any of that. That is not going to happen.
Like a lockdown as in we're locked in our houses or we just can't use our vehicles?
It's like an energy lockdown.
An energy lockdown. So we're monitored when we can and can't fill up. Basically don't use the roads unless you're an essential worker, like that kind of lockdown. Will feel a bit different to not being able to go for a walk and hang out with your friends and all that kind of stuff, right?
How are you good? Yeah,
this is happens.
Are you locking out? Because I'm not.
As in, like, would you use your vehicle or not? When you're being
Yeah, and I think that would be like a better way to frame it. Let's not call it energy lockdowns. Let's not like make people feel like they're actually trapped. You can still walk, you can drive, you know, like it's scary, but like if they're like don't use fuel but also stay in your area, I'm like, oh hell no, we ain't doing that.
You know what, I heard something on the radio the other day, believe it or not. I still listen to the radio.
That's good.
I like to hear what the mainstream is what they're talking about. And there was an opinion piece done by a very well-known New Zealand radio broadcaster on a news channel, and he was going on about, you know what, for years and years and years, I've heard people talking about how we could be moving away from oil. Considering 90% of our electricity is renewable. 90%, man. That means we don't need anything other than sunlight and water running for our energy to continue to keep on making sure that we're, in other words, we're self-sustainable. At 90%, we just get rid of that last 10% of burning oil or whatever is that last 10%, don't know what that is, right?
It's like the last 10% of your water.
There was a time though where I imagine people would have been saying the same thing about our electricity. That there's no way, we need the rest of the world for us to be able to generate power to make sure that we can keep our country going. The same opinion is not shared, however, with vehicles in this country. Like if we could become self-sustainable in this country, whatever happens everywhere else in the world, which isn't necessarily the right attitude, but whatever happens doesn't affect our cost of living, doesn't affect how much it costs for them to pick the corn, put it on the back of the truck, put it in the supermarket. It's like, we could literally be self-sustaining, but that dream doesn't exist in our vehicle landscape because that's in the too hard basket. However, we did it already. We've done it once already when it comes to electricity. Why wouldn't we be able to be self-sustainable?
Yeah, I do wonder if like the solar power thing hasn't taken off because it's such a high end price to set up and all that. I wonder why it hasn't taken off because it actually gives people too much autonomy. Like they don't have to actually rely on a grid, and then who actually sets up the grid. It's the same thing with internet. Internet should not cost what it costs this country.
No.
For you to have a plan, right? But the people who put the wires under the sea and the people who sort broadband, like they say, oh no, we can tell you what the price is for this. So I wonder, that's the worry some people have about going to more like out of oil and then it becoming these cities that are kind of controlled by, well, if you haven't paid your power bill or if you haven't paid your tax or you haven't paid this fine, well, we're actually not going to let you charge your car. I know it's crazy that way, but this is what people kind of think. And I do wonder solar would kind of fix that, right?
Totally.
Because you just be on your own.
You're on your own thing. You are still blocked into the grid. Like, in other words, you are still giving power to the grid.
Which they can control, yeah.
Which they can control to a certain extent. But what it's doing from memory is it's charging a battery that sits at your house. And then when you've got overflow of power, like you've generated too much power, as in your house isn't going to use that and the battery's full, it then sends that electricity back into the grid so someone else can use your power, and you get credits back on that.
Surely the batteries are going to save the environment, eh? Like, it's just always problems.
100%. So batteries are they are problematic, but until we find another way of storing power, you know what's worse for the I imagine what would be worse is probably fumes. It's probably the amount of time it takes to get an oil tanker all the way down from North Korea or South Korea and bring out oil. So it's like this. It probably all evens out.
Okay, two thoughts now. One, my auntie actually talks about solar. She got solar, but it wasn't 60. You remember your friend said 60. She just bought one of them.
Yeah.
She said it was still 8K, which who has 8K these days? Fair enough, but a lot cheaper. But she's just buying it one by one. So once she feels like she's built up enough, she saved enough money that she can go and get the next part.
See, that's what 100%. That's much better. Well.
And she said that she can see the value in it already. She's been doing it for like 3 years, close to getting the next one. But yeah, she's saved.
So imagine this, Jordan, right? This is where I see completely, and you. This is where I can see us being sustainable. I get it. We can all argue about, well, the batteries aren't great for the environment, Neither is oil, all that kind of stuff. But to be self-sustainable in this country, imagine if you had solar powers which powered your home, then you got home in your car and you plugged your car in, and it also powered your car, and you weren't waiting on oil, or we weren't having these crises. Like, how is that not achievable? That's where I think, and that's where I think we could be completely not worried by everything else that's going on in the world. I only say this because it was an opinion piece that came through and I was like, how have we lost the dream? The dream of being able to be a self-sustainable country where the rest of the politics in the world, we don't necessarily need to get too heavily into because we know how to mess with each other.
Yeah, you know what, this is maybe let's get a solar expert on and just educate us. I love this. I love it. We just have to.
What happens to greenhouse gases?
I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, that was a big thing back in the day, remember? I haven't heard that in years.
It's getting steady, but
hello guys, they read Breaking Bread with the news of today.
And I'm well aware, folks, there's probably a myriad of reasons why we need oil still, so but I'm willing to.
100%.
This April 2nd, that's 92 days deep in the air, 273 left to get her done. World Autism Day today, or World Autism Awareness Day, established by the United Nations back in 2007. This day promotes understanding, inclusion, and support for people with autism worldwide. Still feel like the TV show Love on the Spectrum is one of the greatest ways of being able to provide people awareness around autism. It's such a heartwarming show.
We love that show.
Yeah. So happy World Autism Awareness Day. It's also International Children's Book Day. Children's books.
They need to learn to read sometimes, man. I know reading is my favorite thing in the world, but
don't need to chuck on YouTube, boy. Chuck on YouTube, boy. We're sweet.
Dr. Joose, but I'm always trying to catch the
I wish I agreed, man.
You can read something you really want to read. And finally, one more thing. Shout out to all the children's books that are good enough to make sure that the tired parent who is reading it actually gets a giggle out of it too, because you know those books where there's a little cheekiness to it, and you know what the writer's actually referring to, but kids
I hate those ones.
You do? I love those ones. Those ones make me go.
Sometimes I'm like, it's a little bit like, very relaxed.
Too obvious.
Yeah. No. I know.
Happy International Children's Book Day, and finally International Fact Checking Day. Something I didn't do when I said I reckon we could probably be.
I hate a fact checker, I'll just say it like, bro, read the room, look at the energy, look at the way I'm setting this up.
What's the
best
story?
Well actually, this app that I just got on there, I don't even know if it's telling me the truth on my screen. Oh, God.
You need fact checkers in your life.
No, I know, but like sometimes when it's good, sometimes when it's good, it's good. When it's good, it's good. Do you fact check yourself all through the day? You know, do you actually hold that standard to your own lies? Not you, Mark. I'm talking about just people.
Yeah. I had an interesting DM the other day from somebody who is obviously a shifter who started following my page and then ended up in a place where they were looking at Donald Trump's Instagram page, and he was surprised that I followed Donald Trump, and I also followed.
I follow all of them too.
Totally. But
actually, I don't follow Donald Trump, but I follow a lot of far right wing sites that try and land something.
That's the thing for me, right? Like, I don't know if we're in a time where fact checking is that easy to do, but what we are in a time of is being able to balance out your algorithms and be able to say, okay, that's what the other side's thinking, that's what this side's thinking, okay, I'm starting to see a picture here. That's what I feel like fact checking is moved into.
100%.
Balancing the algorithms.
100%.
Anyways.
My partner sent me this, so I'm sensing she feels lucky and blessed and privileged. But she said the probability of finding true love in your lifetime is between 3 and 5%.
Wow.
The probability of finding true love, 3 and 5%, not because love is rare, well it is, because alignment is what's rare. Timing, values, emotional readiness, life direction, all of it has to meet at the same time. Love isn't just about who you meet, it's about when you meet them and who you both are right at that moment.
Time is such a factor.
Now, obviously, if you're reading that and be like, that's not my story and I found love. Relax, okay, relax. But good luck with alignment up there. Not with love, good luck with alignment.
That's what it feels like. What was the percentage again? 3 to 5%?
3 to 5%.
I'm the fact sheet.
It's actually 1 to 2%, Jordan.
Daily bread for today. Red Bull, man, they're going to cover everything.
I love Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings. Now,
Red Bull today.
Now, Red Bull is reportedly developing a new sleep drink. Promising maximum sleep.
Okay, I'll tell you about it.
Hey, best of both worlds, this team.
No. Give me wings, but you can sleep. No,
Right.
no, stay, man. I know what you're trying to do. This whole little era of like wellness, and you're trying to ride that train there, little marketing thing there. I see it.
Take it at night time, take it in the morning when you wake up.
We Red Bull 24/7.
Well done.
Take this one when you go to sleep. Take this one when you wake up. Oh.
If you can nail both markets, Red Bull, well done. You guys already got enough, man. Yeah, one team will be bloody good up. More money to hang around. But Red Bull is looking at dropping a sleep drink. So, if you're a fan of Red Bull, congratulations. Good day for you guys.
Love that. That is Daily Bread, guys. Breaking bread
With the news of today.
This is the morning shift.
Well. Guys, I want to invite you to be lying next to me last night in bed.
Okay, hold on. Let me lie down. I'll still back something. Real for real.
Brooke, you're wearing far too many clothes to be in my bed.
Don't tease me with a good time, bro.
No, I do this because I couldn't sleep. Till we? So you can hold me? Okay. So basically, I wanted to take you to my bedroom, have you lie next to me, and paint the picture of how I came across Fallen Poet, which is all about philosophy. It's about poetry. It's about, hey, taking a deeper think on certain things in your life. Now, I found a couple of clips that I thought, they may resonate with you, they may not. Now, some of the clips have got way too much music over the top and they're hard. As a producer, it annoyed me. Bring your volumes down a bit. Make sure that the music beds is... Okay.
I'm okay, I'm just going to do a gentle massage.
All right.
It's alright. It's wonderful.
I'm rubbing your feet.
We're both in this bed now, man.
I like that. All right, so allow me to play. And if this resonates with you, take it with you. Take it with you over this long weekend. Here we go.
I was ashamed of myself when I realized life was a costume party and I attended with my real face. I thought I was doing the right thing, being honest, being myself, just showing up as I am. But that's not how the world works, is it? People don't want truth or depth. They want comfort and ease. They don't want to think too hard or feel too much. They want simple conversations, simple answers,